Good evening, beautiful people. Welcome to Barron Landscapes. Looking forward to the show tonight. And I know some of you can't make it. There's a track meet on tonight. We've got a young lady running in that. And her parents, the Rushes, are probably watching her do that. So we expect you not to be here. We expect the daughter to be here. One of the daughters is working. We don't know who will be here. Come on. We'll see you all about 9 o'clock p.m. That's our time, Central Standard Time, Kansas time. See y'all in a minute. A little bit of magic, a little bit of motivation, a little bit of BS coming up shortly. Hashtag Barron Landscapes. Whatever. That makes me feel, that's like royalty. That makes me feel like I'm the queen, or king, or whatever. How's everybody tonight? I hope you're good. Tonight's a busy Friday night because school is back in, and we've got some friends over watching one of their kids' first sporting events, a track meet. And we've got a couple other friends that I know are working, and they'll have to catch the show. They catch the show when they come off shift. I don't know what that says about me. Barron, we watch you just before we go to bed. It's a little weird, but there you have it. Good evening. It's Friday. Shocker! It is Friday, and I know we joke about March was 17 months, and I know we joke about the time these days in our COVID awareness. But it is Friday for those people that have lost track. Some people apparently really have. I had a friend talking to me in Messenger, and he said, so what day is this? And so I told him what day it was, and filled him in on the month and the date and the year and all of that. So it's Friday. This is episode, believe it or not, 20. Now, I know what you're thinking. It was called to my attention that we may be numbering an episode behind, because if you go on YouTube, hashtag Barron Landscapes as Stringfellow Consulting or Barron Stringfellow, if you go on YouTube and you look and you count, and you're really good at counting, then you'll see that this would be episode 21. But it really isn't, and I'll tell you why. It's because, what?
There is a weird shadow. It makes it look like you've got a hit or mustache and a weird... I can show you.
Yeah, show me. We're taking care of a weird shadow. Welcome back to Barron Landscapes. So it's going to be that kind of a show. There's a thing that's floating right there, right?
Apparently.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. It's still there.
I don't know what that is, but I think I know what it is. I think it's William Draven's haunted doll.
Probably.
Affecting my show. Draven, burn that doll. It's not. I know what it is, but there's not a damn thing I can do about it right now, I don't think. I think there's a mystery mask on in the system, and so it's trying to put a mystery mask on me. I don't know. It is Friday. I'd like to thank Brian Anderson for the music. Brian Anderson did our opening music tonight, as he does every week. We're using some static clips from Brian, and later on I'm going to use a clip from someone else, and I'll tell you who that is later. It is Friday. Hashtags. Hashtags. First, before we get into hashtags, let me introduce this guy. He got washed. He's clean. He's been fairly filthy because he lives in the car. And this is Angry Whiz. So don't ever piss off a wizard, because if you do, you get Angry Whiz looking just like this. And he goes along with Abracapuchin. Abracapuchin is still way up high by the ceiling in his little trap there. So no Abracapuchin tonight. Say goodbye to Angry Whiz. And almost hit the ceiling fan, which next time I'm going to aim.
Angry Whiz is like 11 years old.
Angry Whiz is old, yeah. Hashtags. Hashtags used to... Hash was just SOS. Hash is one of my favorite meals. Serve it on toast, and you've got corned beef hash, and it's fantastic. And now hash has a whole different meaning. Of course, we're talking about octothorpes, hashtags. And we talked about them, introduced them in the show last week, telling you be very careful about what you hashtag, because a hashtag, not only is a hashtag a hyperlink to a phrase, or a hyperlink to a project, or a hyperlink to a source, but it's a hyperlink back to you also. And somebody had oopsed, as I was telling everybody last week what to do about a hyperlink, somebody had oopsed and done the wrong thing. So if you're worried about a hyperlink on your Facebook page, at least, drawing the wrong people to you or making you visible to the wrong people, then what you don't want to do is just delete your post. You want to go back in and edit your post, delete the hashtag, save your post, and then if you're going to delete the post, go ahead and delete it. But you've got to get rid of that hashtag, got to get rid of that URL. Otherwise it floats out there. You know, just because you delete something and you can't see it doesn't mean nobody else can. What is that little message that Facebook says? This may be visible elsewhere on Facebook, and you don't want it visible on Facebook. If you want to delete it, delete it. But it's a wet cough. Still, 20, show number 20. I can't get over that. Tonight, the show is called Free or Darn Close to It. Last week, we started talking about zombies a little bit, and I'm gonna just grab that book again. How many of you, and don't lie to me, I'll know, how many of you checked out crack.com to find you might be a zombie and other bad news? How many of you looked for this book online? How many of you thought that you might find it out there? So tonight, I'm going to talk about something that's not necessarily in the book. But tonight I'm going to talk about some things. I wanted to hit on the Nigerian letters. I think everybody's has to. You've got to get a letter at least once in your email from a Nigerian prince, a Nigerian king, a Nigerian barrister, a solicitor, and you've got to be offered this just ungodly sum of money that your dead relative or forgotten funds or however you're going to get it, that this solicitor, this barrister has been hired to contact you, and they want to give you $11 million, and all it's going to cost you is $2 million and filing fees, and of course the filing fees have to be paid in advance, but then you're going to get all that money. And then we have those Nigerian scam letters, and then we have the free things that are free. Click here, free download. Click here, free this. Click here, free that. Nothing's free. What you're getting at best is a come on to buy a product, and I'm giving you just enough to let you know that you really need the product because you don't understand what the hell it is I've just given you. So Nigerian letters and free downloads, and all of this is leading in to the main subject tonight. Really, there is no such thing as free. Nothing's free. And one of the things that I see happening these days is there is a huge cognitive dissonance, a huge disconnect between what I believe in my opinion versus what is fact and what we can prove and verify. There's a huge dystopian separation between what people believe and what is true. I wanted to introduce, not the book. The book has nothing to do with tonight. I just wanted to see if anybody got it. And if you did, great. You'll have fun with it. It's an awesomely horrible book. Horrible in the light of the things that you're going to read in it. I wanted to talk tonight about Universe 25. Universe 25 was one of those psychological experiments that took place on mice to find out if you could get some semblance of order, some comparison to a human society. Not unsimilar to the experiments that they did giving mice heroin and a playground of things that they just loved, everything they wanted in heroin and nothing they wanted in heroin. And in the case of giving them absolutely nothing, a horrible existence, they became heroin addicts. Duh! Who would not have seen that coming? But they had to prove their theory by doing the experiment. So, Universe 25 was an experiment, and I think in light of everything going on these days, it would be really interesting if you looked up Universe 25. You saw in our group, we posted a left brain, right brain, fun little puzzle for you. And it's the words that are in color. And I told you, here's what I want you to do, and here's how to have fun with that experiment. And the left brain and the right brain are constantly in conflict. They fight each other. And so that's why if you tried that little experiment that's in your group up on the wall, if you tried it and you just found yourself laughing and spitting coffee and stuff out of your nose, that's why. Your right brain and your left brain were in conflict. And so I look at everything on a little bigger scale, on a psychological scale, and I've realized that human beings these days, we have one set of human beings that are the left brain and one set of human beings that are the right brain. And we are in conflict. And you might say one set of human beings is functioning on emotion and belief, and the other set of human beings is functioning on fact and source. It's very interesting to me, the psychologist in me. I think we talked about on one of our shows, I'm going for a master's degree in psychology. And not a doctorate, I don't need a doctorate. But it's very interesting to me that we can make this comparison to our society right now. More predominantly left brain, more predominantly right brain. And that cognitive dissonance, the difference between belief and fact, is just glaring. It's showing like crazy. I'm also studying cultism, and I'm sure we'll talk about that on one of these episodes. So, Universe 25. I'm going to give you a little more information to go on so that you won't have too much trouble searching it. There are a couple of good things on YouTube, but it's much better if you read it. If you're anything like me, I need to read it and picture it and then go watch a movie, and that's all good. John B. Calhoun is the sociologist that put this experiment together and put it out there. John B. Calhoun hypothesized, designed, and demonstrated Universe 25. The thing that I just love about this is John B. Calhoun. You know what the B stood for? B. John B. Calhoun. I think is over there going, no, I don't know. Tell me. I can hardly wait to find out. John Calhoun's middle name was Bump Ass. John Bump Ass Calhoun. I can't make that up. You feel free to Google it after. Don't Google it during the show because I want y'all here. John, what?
I'm sure that's not how it was pronounced.
John Bump Ass. That's how it's spelled. B-U-M-P-A-S-S. Bump Ass. John Bump Ass Calhoun. Cognitive dissonance fits into that. We believe what we believe. We believe what we believe. And if what we're told goes along with what we want to believe, we believe it too. And if a fact, excuse me, but it's wet, if a fact is presented that does not agree with our belief, we will dismiss that fact. And the interesting thing about cognitive dissonance is it is not reliant upon your political party. It is not reliant on your gender. And this goes right along with right brain, left brain conflict. It is not reliant on your ethnicity. It is not reliant on anything other than the fact that you have a human brain. Oh, that was weird. A human brain. So, really? Thank you. So let's talk about cognitive dissonance, what you're told and what you're willing to believe versus what's really going on. Now, of course, you know, this is barren. I'm not going to tell you what's really going on, but I'm going to show you something. Let's see. 50 cents. How's your addition? You want to help them out, Athena?
Okay.
You're going to help them out. 50 cents. 50 cents is how much?
50 cents.
50 cents. 50 cents and 25 cents. 50 cents and 25 cents is?
75.
75 cents, a 50-cent piece and a 25-cent piece. 50 cents and 25 cents is 75 plus
10.
10 cents is?
85 cents.
85 cents. So 50 cents, 25 cents, and 10 cents, a 50-cent piece, a quarter, and a dime.
Mm-hmm.
Is how much?
85.
85 cents. And if I add $1 to it, how much?
$1.85.
Except that was a 50-cent piece. Here, I'll show it to you again. She said $1.85, and she was absolutely right. But that's not $1. That's 50 cents. So if we add 50 cents to that, what have we got?
$1.35.
$1.35. That's correct. Not $1.85.
No.
All right. But I did try to trick you.
You did.
Did I get you guys? I know I got Athena. Now, if I remove this, 50 cents.
Back.
How much is left?
85 cents.
85 cents. And if I remove this, 25 cents.
That would be 60 cents.
And if I remove this dime,
50 cents.
50 cents. Very good. But really, what's there?
Should be $1.35.
$1.35. It's interesting when our facts and what we believe are at odds. with each other. That's cognitive dissonance. Now, I want to share something else with you. And that is the quietest you're ever going to hear me at one time. So, we believe something so strongly that all the facts in the world won't change our mind. Folks, it doesn't matter how much you poke at someone's cognitive dissonance. It doesn't matter what tools you use. It doesn't matter what sources you give them. When fighting cognitive dissonance, you might just as well offer a rat some heroin. Wow. Next week's show is episode 21. So I'm excited about that. We'll be old enough to drink.
And we'll try not to have
and I'm
a
going to try and get rid
mustache.
of this cough. What's that?
We'll try and figure out the mustache and eyebrows.
And we'll try and figure out the mustache and eyebrows. It's a mask because I was playing around with it, and I shouldn't have. I was playing around with it before we went on. Stop that. Don't do that. Next week's show is show 21, and we're going to have an exciting show. I don't know what I'm going to show you, but it's going to be off the beaten track. It's going to be away from the stuff that you regularly see. It's going to be a little more magic-y, maybe a little spooky, and I don't know yet where I'm going with next week's show, but you know me, it'll catch me sometime this week, and you guys will all be the first to know what we're going to do on next week's Barron Landscapes. So you can't share Barron Landscapes, but you can share your group. Do me a favor, go into the group, invite some folks in, but only invite them in if you think they're going to enjoy what we're doing. We're not looking for a whole lot of members in the group. We don't need to make it really big. We enjoy having just you guys here, but if you know somebody that might dig what we're doing, invite them in. If you know somebody that might want to call in, you can do video in while we're doing the show, that they may have something to say about a rat experiment, or cognitive dissonance, or hashtags. Invite them in. You know who we're looking for. We're looking for people just like you. So invite people to the group. I'm going to be sharing the episode tonight, After about a week, next Friday, we'll put it up on YouTube. I'll be sharing the YouTube address. We're all currently 20 and episode 8.5.
And please share
And please
YouTube.
share what?
the YouTube.
And please don't share the YouTube. Yeah, well, yeah, share the YouTube, but also please go subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube. And that gives us impetus to keep doing what we're doing for you. Did you have fun tonight? I had fun tonight. Go back, rewind it, look at it again. Yes, the spikes really went through the 50-cent piece. And yes, I really invisibly did take coins out of my hand to end up with just that 50-cent piece. So I did that. You know I did that. You saw me do that. There's no other thing it could be. You know, you just saw magic. Or is that maybe your cognitive dissonance speaking? Hey, you guys, we love you. Athena loves you. I love you. We have a situation here in our county where the deaths are going up. So I'm going to start doing some work every show on that. Our county commissioners decided no masks. And our schools have started. And we now are going up in deaths and we're going up in cases. So we love you. We will see you next week. We will talk to you later. Much respect, much love. Try and keep your sanity. I may talk about that next week, keeping our sanity. Because we'll be 21 next week. See you then. Love you, both of us. Come on over for dinner. We'll talk.